Students are getting suspended for minor incidents. Students don't feel like they can trust the administration anymore. I see students getting slammed every day by police officers. It's like the police officers treat them like criminals. We're supposed to be in a safe school, and students don't even feel like they can go to a teacher or an administration and talk about their problems, so they take the matters into their own hands. If administration was actually there to actually talk to the students and talk it out, incidents like horrible incidents that I hear about or I see wouldn't happen. The zero tolerance policy was there in the beginning for major crimes, and now it's just for any little thing. For students coming to school without uniform, they automatically get suspended. Students having an altercation with another student, a minor altercation, automatically get arrested or slammed into the ground. There's no justice in the schools. Students aren't safe, and students are being put into blame for everything that's happening. Nobody else is held accountable. It's just, oh, the students are bad, oh, the school is bad, let's just all kick them out, and it's not right. You're supposed to want your students to go to college. If you keep arresting them and making them into a system, once they're in the system, it's hard for them to get out.
The staff don't want to take the time to handle stuff and to listen to students, they just let it go.
All the kids, like we was like got in trouble and all that, and so we had to pick up trash at school, and I say ain't wanted to because it's not my job, because I said it wasn't my job to pick up trash, it's a job, and so I got suspended for that.
It's a really, really traumatizing and criminalizing and devastating process when you are going to school and you have trust in your teachers and you have trust in authority, and you are supposed to trust, these adults because they're here to teach you and you're here to learn from them. But to be disciplined in such unfair ways and to be conscious of that is extremely traumatizing, especially when you're thinking about elementary school students, middle school students, and even high school students who are supposed to model themselves after these adults.
Discipline in my school was suspend anyone for minor things and arrest anyone that comes in the police way.
There's actually police officers every day in our schools. Like, this is not a prison, this is not jail. We're supposed to be there for quality education.
Started back 9th grade, I believe. A fight broke out between me and this other student. Security came, broke us up, asked why we was fighting. After we got taken into the administration's office, I was sitting there, I was pissed off. I told the teacher didn't really react to it, telling them, that they should have done something about it, otherwise I wouldn't have been fighting. This all could have been avoided had y'all done something when I told y'all from the get-go. I wouldn't have got suspended. I probably would have just been in the office for maybe cussing that student out or something like that, but it wouldn't have gotten that far. If any student really has a problem and they come to the administration for help, they don't help them, it'll cause it to escalate from them either cussing them out or walking out on their faces, to getting into fights, to having police brought in, to somebody getting hurt and killed.
In Chapman Elementary, I had a problem with this other little kid. Like, we were just playing around during rocks, acting as little kids, immature. So I threw a rock at him and it left a big gash on his forehead, and he started bleeding. The cops came to my house that day. They grabbed me. They took me to school, where they told me I was suspended for that. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to say. I didn't know what to do. I was too little. Like, I didn't much comprehend what was happening. So my mom decided to take me out to school. She took me to another school. We had to move. Because of that, like, I've been through a lot of stuff. I've been through fights, other problems with the students.
So you felt that the early on stages of being suspended and cops coming to your house led on to bigger problems?
Yes, it's kind of traumatized me in a way.
School arrests are out of control. It increases our caseload from silly things like disrupting a school function, which can be anything from a kid getting into a fight to a kid acting out in the classroom. It seems to me, and I have no way to prove this, but it's my own hypothesis, that it's a lot easier for the schools to get a kid out of their environment, out of their school, using the juvenile justice system than going through their own administrative rules.
Personal feeling is that there are too many school-based arrests. There are other ways of handling most of those situations. And to the extent that a child at school, if that's the only thing that's going on, should not be arrested, then the school should do everything in their power to make sure that the kid's not arrested.
In the long run, this doesn't help out at all. Students aren't being put to their full potential. They're just sitting there like, oh, I'll just fight every day because anyway, it's not like they care about us anyway. I'll just do whatever. I don't care. It's not like they care about us, so why should I care? When you always put somebody to blame, they don't feel remorse. They don't feel like, well, maybe I should stop. No, they feel more angry and they feel like they want to rebel, and that's not good. Like, if we want society to change, we want more people going to college for our society to change. We have so much issues going on in our society, and if you keep putting students down, we're not gonna have change. We're gonna be at where we're at forever.
Restorative justice is a way to find the solution, to find the core of the problem and try to resolve it. You're not by yourself, and it holds you accountable for what you did do. You know, it's not like, okay, I did this, but I'm the victim and I'm the offender. No, there's I did this and I know I'm wrong. So what's the next step?
Restorative justice makes a big impact on a lot of stuff because you find out the issues. Well, first of all, you get to know the person because you might don't know the person that you might just hoard for no reason or maybe was playing with or anything like that. You get out of a lot of issues, like you get to know the person, then set your ground rules and all that stuff, and then you get down to the root of what's all happening, and that's what you really want to know. And some people don't take the time to go and find that out. Like in schools, you don't get the principal don't want to take the time to find out, and that's what's the problem. You need to find out what's happening. So once that's all cleared up, then you can come with a solution, and that's the best thing is to find a solution for the two people or whatever, or find a solution for the person, period, and then it makes everything better.
So let's go around and figure out what could have happened. You know, since I hear a lot has been said in the circle about he say, she say, and about rumors. So if we can, go around and see what could, you personally have done to prevent them from fighting, because we all play a role in their fight, whether we know it or not.
As far as the rumors, if you hear a rumor, you should go to the actual person that said it and go and confront them about it. Not being rude, but just to get an understanding of what was said and clearing the air, and not hold anything, not hold grudges, because that's what it becomes.
I'm really glad we did this restorative justice circle because now I see why we fought. I really didn't understand why, because we were friends since kindergarten, and then one day out of the blue she just started easing me, and then I started easing her back, and we just started talking trash to each other, and it just got to that day where we just fought. But this restorative justice circle really helped because now we're building up our friendship again.